Hey, yo. Y'all know who it is. E-King Fight News. Let's talk about the biggest ducks I saw in 2019. And let's kick this year off with some great fights. Hopefully they get made. But we're talking about the biggest duck moves in 2019. It's E-King Fight News. Let's go. All right. Y'all know what it is, man. Back in the building, man. E-King Fight News. What's poppin'? What's poppin', guys, man? Salute to everybody. You know, stay tuning in. Let's talk about this one, because we got some ducks right in front of us. We got some ducks right in front of us. Now, okay, everybody want to say Keith Thurman, you know, came back in 2019. He fought Josecito Lopez, right? And by the way, watch who Errol Spence come back and fight. Watch who Errol Spence come back and fight. I hear Manny Pacquiao looking for the smoke. And I don't think he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao next. I don't think he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. I think he needs that tune-up. As much as he wants to say he doesn't need it, I think he needs that tune-up. I think it's going to be Errol Spence fighting the Josecito Lopez or fighting a Luis Collazo. And mark those words down. Because I don't see Errol Spence in any tough fights in 2019. I don't see it. Maybe Danny Garcia will be his toughest fight. Maybe. Keith Thurman. This dude ran away from Terrence Crawford for a very long time. He don't want no smoke with anybody at welter. After Manny Pacquiao, all this dude wants is a Manny Pacquiao rematch. He don't want no smoke with Earl. And maybe he wants to fight Earl now. But before, he didn't want no smoke with Earl. Didn't want no smoke with Bud Crawford. I don't think he wanted a Sean Porter rematch, even though that fight was always out there. So Keith Thurman goes down as a pretty big duck. Let's talk about this guy right here. Tank Davis decided to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa over fighting Tevin Farmer in a unification fight. That sounds like a duck to me. Fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, old man from Cuba, equivalent of Deontay Wilder fighting a Luis Ortiz. Don't get offended, but tell me I'm lying, because they're both old guys from Cuba, right? And hey, okay, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz is still a dangerous man, but he's fucking a couple fights away from retirement as well. Okay, you can't tell me he's not. Can't tell me he's not. Luis Ortiz one fight away from retirement. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Oddly enough, there's still guys out there that do not want to fight Luis Ortiz. But everybody and their mom would take on Yuriorkis Gamboa. And for Tank Davis to come out here and talk like he's a pound-for-pound guy for beating up on a smaller Gamboa, this dude's a straight duck, man. He ducked Tevin Farmer. Don't want no smoke with Tevin Farmer. Too afraid to cross the street. He want to stay in that Al Heyman protection zone over on PBC. Also known as Protected Boxing Champions, man. And I'm sorry, Al Heyman got a lot of people on a protection plan. He got Errol Spence on a protection plan. He got Gervonta Tank Davis on a protection plan. The only guy that's not on that plan, he got Danny Garcia on the protection plan. He got fucking, everybody know, you know, little guy, Luis Santa Cruz, he's on the protection plan. Abner Mara's on the protection plan. Al Heyman got so many guys on a protection plan, man. Abner Mara's was allowed to duck. He was allowed to duck Gervonta Davis. Right in front of your eyes. Right? Is Abner Mara's retired? Officially, unofficially? You know? But hey. You know, no, he didn't duck Gervonta Davis. So yeah, I'll put Abner Mara's on there. I think he ducked Davis. I'll say it. I think he ducked, just like Davis ducked Tevin Farmer. I say Abner Mara's Luis Santa Cruz is ducking everybody, man. He's ducking everybody. And Luis Santa Cruz? Nah, man, I got his name wrong. Hold on a second. Santa Cruz. Man, how do I forget this dude's name? It's not Luis. Man, but that's how forgettable he is. That's how forgettable this guy is, man. Anyways, y'all know who I'm talking about. Gary Russell can't fight nobody. He wants to smoke with everybody. He can't fight nobody. Man, boxing's in a fucked up place right now. And oddly enough, it could be because of Al Heyman. It could be because he ain't making the fights that we want to see. It could be because he's protecting all these guys. You know, he's protecting all these guys. He was protecting Mikey Garcia. Okay, maybe he didn't protect Mikey Garcia. But he matched him very well. You know, he gave him a nice big payday against Earl Spence. And guess what? Mikey Garcia decided to jump ship because all that was left for him on PBC were tough fights. Or fights that maybe didn't pay enough. Right? Mikey Garcia looking for them paydays. He was looking for Manny Pacquiao. He couldn't get Pacquiao. Jump over to the zone. Right? Oh, and let's not forget about Jamal Charlo. That's what Jamal Charlo. The guy who doesn't want to cross the street. Gets offered $10 million by Golden Boy. Doesn't want to fight Canelo Alvarez. What? Protection plan, guys. All these guys on the protection plan. They got that fighter insurance from Al Heyman. They got that fighter insurance. They got that keep my O insurance from Al Heyman. All these guys, man, they got that O insurance. Guaranteed to keep your O by staying on PBC. That's what it is. That's really what it is. Look who Jamal Charlo just fought. Dennis Hogan. Who he fought before that? Brandon Adams? Come on, man. This dude whole resume full of ducks, man. Full of easy fights. You know who he fought at middleweight? Who Jamal Charlo really fought at middleweight? His toughest fight, arguably, he lost to Matt Korobov. Matt Korobov, guys. A guy who got knocked out by Andy Lee in fucking 5 rounds. And come on, man. Jamal Charlo's a hype job, man. I'm sorry, he's a fucking hype job. Hype job. Protection plan. That's what these guys are. You know, they get away with fighting in their hometowns against fucking nobodies. They have tough fights against fucking bottom level top 10 guys. Top 15 guys, tough fights. Life or death with fucking Matt Korobov, guys. Tell me I'm lying. Just tell me I'm lying. Al Heyman. Give him credit. Give him credit where credit's due. Right? He's pretty much been able to protect Deontay Wilder for a good 40 fights. Up until the Luis Ortiz fight. You know, but, you know, truth be told, apart from Anthony Joshua, who's got a pretty good resume, up until 22 fights, Deontay Wilder, you know, has probably a somewhat equivalent resume after about 40 fights. That's not an argument. That's fact. That is a fact. And I like Deontay Wilder. I think he's going to knock out Tyson Fury. But he was supposed to knock out Tyson Fury the first time. And he didn't do it. It took him 12 rounds to do something he was supposed to do in 3 or 4. End of the day, that's not good enough. End of the day, he's not the betting favorite this time around. Why is that? Because there is vulnerability. when it comes to Deontay Wilder. There always is. No question about it. But he's got the one punch equalizer that cannot be taken away. No one else has that type of equalizer on the PBC. Not Earl Spence, not Danny Garcia, not Keith Thurman, not Sean Porter, not Jamal Charlo, not fucking, Caleb Plant, not any of these guys. Probably the most game fighter Al Heyman got is the light heavyweight. What's his name? Benavidez. Benavidez is probably the most game-hungry fighter he got on that. He want to fight anybody. Benavidez want to fight anybody. Give him credit. You want to fight Caleb Plant. Right? Caleb Plant probably want to fight anybody. I fuck with Caleb Plant's a good fighter. Very good fighter. Not a great fighter. A very good fighter. But you know what? Top 5 ducks. Errol Spence. Ducking Terrence Crawford. I'm sorry. He beat ducking Terrence Crawford. What do you tell him? He said, hey, Terrence, go get a belt. He got a belt. Hey, Terrence. Hey, Terrence. He said, hey, Terrence, I want to take the easy route, man. You stay busy. He took the easy route. Now he gets a car accident. He gets a pass for ducking everybody. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Fuck out of here. That's a fact. He gonna get his easy fight with fucking Luis Collazo. That's right. Earl Spence finna fight Luis Collazo. Then he's going to get an easy fight with Danny Garcia. Mark my words. Y'all know what it is. King Fight News. We got more on this. All right, let me continue. Number 2. Big ass duck of the year. Gervonta Tank Davis. This dude's a fucking disgrace. I'm sorry. Gervonta Tank Davis is not a champion. He just has a belt. He ain't no champion. He just has a belt. That's who Gervonta Tank Davis is. He ain't no champion. He just has a belt. Right? He's a title holder. Paper champion. Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? The next biggest duck. I'll give it to Luis Santa Cruz. He be ducking Gervonta Tank Davis. Luis Santa Cruz be ducking fucking everybody with a pulse. Alright? Santa Cruz. The next biggest duck, in my opinion, the next biggest duck, Danny Garcia didn't want no smoke with Bud Crawford. He got out for that fight plenty of times. Danny Garcia didn't want no smoke with Earl Spence for a while up until now. Until he popped up. After the Sean Porter Earl Spence fight, Danny Garcia popped in, say he wanted the fight. All of a sudden, but man, Danny Garcia had been avoiding fights. He didn't want no smoke with Bud. Everybody knows it. He didn't even call out no Bud Crawford after he beat up on Ivan Redneck, right? Reddick, whatever his name is. A fight that I paid no attention to for good reason, because we all know what's going to happen. Right? Next biggest duck, Triple G. Triple G been ducking Demetrius Andrade, and you can even throw in Jamal Charlo for ducking Demetrius Andrade. Both those guys are ducking Andrade. Demetrius Andrade been looking to fight everybody. They don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke with them. There's your top 5. King Fight News. I'm out, man. Peace.